Hey, what's up? I'm Ashley. Thank you for watching this video. And today we're going to be talking about Gentleman Jack, Season 2, Episode 8, Season Finale. And let's get started. Ann Walker has been walking all over Ann Lister, and she's not letting up. She's been giving her a piece of her mind for the past few episodes now, and I'm here for it. I like this Ann Walker. One of my favorite scenes is when Ann Walker told Ann Lister, "You look ridiculous." And then Ann hit her with the, "Now let's not be small-minded with one another." Then the conversation keeps going when Ann Lister asked Ann to pour her a cup of tea. And before Ann could even answer, Ann Lister starts mocking her as if she already knows what she's about to say. And she's like, "Pour your own effing tea." Just look at Ann's face. She is pissed. But the reason why Ann Walker is so upset is because Ann won't take her to go meet her friends. They're in London trying to find a new master for the school along with a few other things, but while they're there, Ann Lister is going to stop by and have some dinner with some friends, but Ann Walker can't go. Now, why y'all think Ann didn't want Ann to go? Could it be because of this woman right here? Because she was giving her the googly eye all dinner long. Now, Ann did look ridiculous with all that paper in her hair, but this is the end result. Y'all like it? It was popping back in the day. But while they were at dinner at the table, they was having casual talk. But every time Ann Walker got brought up, Lady Camden looked like she got sad. But they did have a side conversation where Lady Camden told Ann that she's devastated that she's in town only so briefly. And then she goes on about how she's living this boring life and how they go back and forth about money all the time and all she does is have babies. And I think Ann surprised us all when she told her children are a blessing and that they're the cement of any marriage. And Lady Camden told her, "I never thought I would hear you say that." And then even Ann was like, "Me either." I'm like, "Me either." So now we get to this part where both Anns are in this carriage and Ann Walker asked Ann, "Why did you talk so much when we were at the school? I couldn't even get a word in. They're gonna think I'm some kind of half-wit." She told her, "I wanted you to shut up." Ann Lister is a trooper. She just be sitting there taking it all in. But she told Ann, "I'm pretty sure that they wouldn't think that you're half-wit because you're setting up a new school and even taking time to visit other schools." And then she even asked her, "Would you do me the honor of laying down the foundation stone for the casino, give a little speech for the gathering?" And Walker was like, "Me? A speech? You think I can do it?" And Ann's like, "Yeah, I'm certain you can do it." She stay uplifted Ann Walker. That's real love right there. You ain't no half-wit girl. Go on up there and do a speech like I know you can. But that joy didn't last for too much longer because by the next day, Ann Walker told Ann, "Me paying for everything can't go on for much longer." She was like, 5 pounds here, 200 pounds there. It starts to add up. So then Ann Lister hit her with the, "This London trip was primarily for you to go to the dentist, for you to find a master for the new school, to get away." Ann said, "No, it wasn't. It was for you to see your friends." So then that's when Ann Lister said, "Oh, so none of those other things happened." I don't like to see them fight, but I do like to see it happen. It'd be funny. Ann Walker kept going. She said, "I won't be sifted for money." Ann Lister said, "Sifted? Yeah, sifted." She said, she told her, "We agreed that our arrangement would be as good as any marriage. You should have took me to go meet your friends." So she tired of this. She said, "I am your wife when it's convenient, when you need money, when we are in bed." Then she hit her with the, "And then there's Mariana Lawton. I know there's more to it. The damage is done. I've seen your true colors already." She laid it all out on the table. The table is broken now. The table legs is broke. It can't hold the tea. And Lister went off. She said, "I got you an appointment with the king surgeon. And not just because he's the king surgeon. He's also the leading expert in joint pain, which I bothered to find out for you. And those are my true colors." And I find it funny that that's what she decided to point out and show as her true colors. She over there cheating on Ann like that. She knows she wrong. But Ann Walker know what's up. And she over here talking about, "I picked out the #1 doctor in joint pain for you." And then she gonna look out the window at us. "Yeah, girl, we saw you cheating. And we see you trying to blow it off. That's why Ann Walker broke up with you." For like a few days, but they were having some trouble in this episode. It was rocky, but they had a conversation where Anne came storming into the house, and Anne Walker told her, "The amount of money that you're spending these days terrifies me. And if her whole casino plan don't work out like she wants it to, that she's afraid that it's going to ruin both of them." Anne's like, "How is it going to ruin you when I'm borrowing money from other places?" And then Anne Walker's like, "Yeah, well, when you can't make your payments, you're going to be counting on me to bail you out. Do you think I can bear to see you in a debtor's prison?" And Lister tells her that she would sell Shibden before she lets any of that happen, and that she could live under a rock. She could live anywhere. And I'm like, okay, girl, you a roly-poly or what? But that's when Anne Walker tells Anne Lister, "I'm sorry, but I don't think I can do this anymore. And I'm still not convinced that what we do is right. I think the sooner we part is better." And Lister tells her, "Well, you do know that my first and greatest wish has always been for you to be happy. And if I can't make you happy, then I only hope that somebody else can." So they went to bed like this, all separate. But even through this breakup, they were still there for each other. And Lister still always showed up for her and her family drama. The same with Anne Walker. And Lister was even holding her throw-up bucket. Anne drank too much and got a little bit tipsy because she was worried about this whole family deed thing. So Captain Sutherland and Elizabeth's pregnant self and their son went on down to Shibden. But that's not before he was telling his mother how he thinks that Anne Lister has an unnatural hold on Anne Walker, alluding to this case between these two teachers back in the day. She was like, oh no, an unnatural hold. But Captain Sutherland and his little raggedy self and his family go to meet with Anne Walker, and he's telling her about how him and Elizabeth both think that she's been coerced, manipulated in this whole thing. And he's just throwing Elizabeth's name in everything. Elizabeth ain't said nothing, but she is too scared to say anything. So she over here going along with it, talking about how they're concerned on this hold that Anne Lister has on her. Keeps talking about the estate and how they know that she isn't writing her own letters. But Anne is holding her ground. She wants her half of the estate. Captain Sutherland was telling everybody and their mama, anybody who would listen, about the unnatural hold that he thinks Anne Lister has on Anne Walker. He was telling Mr. Gray all about Anne Walker's health problems and how he don't think that she can come up with her own will. Mr. Gray says that he knows that Anne Walker went to go see a Dr. Belcom, and Dr. Belcom says that she's capable of making her own will. So he trusts Dr. Belcom. So when Captain Sutherland saw that that wasn't going to work, he decided to tell Mr. Gray about this scandal between these two women school teachers that happened a few years ago, and how he thinks that both ends are doing the same thing. Dr. Gray told him that this case that you're talking about wasn't put on the two women, it was put on the woman who accused them openly of sexual misconduct. They sued her for trying to ruin their reputation, and they won. And if you keep this up, you're gonna end up getting sued too. So when Captain Sutherland saw that that wasn't gonna work, he moved on to Mr. Parker. He tells him how he believes that Anne Walker has been corrupted. She can't make her own decisions. She's just not capable of it. And tells him that Anne Lister is a predator. So that's why I want all the deeds. Give them to me. Meanwhile, Elizabeth sitting there looking stupid, not saying nothing. Looking at her husband stupid, but she over there looking stupid too. Parker did look like he was possibly believing what Captain Sutherland was saying, but we don't know for sure because we never really see him give a reply. So between all of this, they're having this ceremony to lay down that foundation stone, and Anne Walker gives her speech, but this dog won't let her live. It keeps barking at her, but she still did a good job. And at this ceremony is when they found out from Mr. Washington is that Captain Sutherland still has not signed this deed, because he says one of his lots wasn't written into this deed, but he's lying because it was. He's just trying to slow this whole thing down. So after they hear that, right after the ceremony, they go to confront Captain Sutherland at Mr. Parker's office. But once they get there, Anne Lister is like, hold up now. Maybe we shouldn't go in there because we'll seem unhinged, because Anne Walker was livid. Later on that day, Captain Sutherland, Elizabeth, and their son go over to the Shibden house, and that's when Anne Walker confronts Captain Sutherland. She's like, you didn't sign the deed, why not? You lied talking about your lot wasn't a part of this division, and it was. And that's when Captain Sutherland tells her that I'm not signing. He lies and tells her that him, Mr. Parker, and Mr. Gray are all great friends, and we all agree that this isn't the right decision for you. He goes on to say that you've been bullied and coerced into this, and that behind all of this is a malicious, unnatural influence. And he looks at Ann Lister. But when the servant comes into the room and says that Mr. Gray is at the door, Captain Sutherland switched up real quick. Captain Sutherland said, I'll wait in another room. And Ann Lister said, why, if y'all get along so good? Before Mr. Gray could walk in the room, Elizabeth finally spoke up. She said, none of this is true. Neither Mr. Gray or Mr. Parker sees anything wrong with this division. It's hers and she should have it. And then that's when Mr. Gray walks through the door. It turns out to be Samuel Gray, the landscaper. He felt just like the fool that he is after that, and he had no other choice than to go and sign that deed so they could have this whole division of the state that took forever. They was able to go home after that, thank God. And when Ann Walker told Captain Sutherland bye, he said, goodbye, Ann, my dear. My dear? Something seemed sketchy about that because he even smiled after that, my dear. So both Anns get inside the carriage, and that's when Ann Walker tells Ann Lister we should go to York on Monday to sort out our wills. And she says that she's sorry for ever doubting it. And that's when Ann Lister tells her we are the only people in the whole world that wants us to be together. It won't ever be easy, but we're both still here. And then they kiss, and I'm like, ah! First of all, that's not true. I want y'all to be together. It's a lot of us out here that do. And then that's when it went off. But there were some more things that went down in this episode, like Ann Lister over here daydreaming or dreaming about Mariana Lawton. First of all, where was Mariana in this episode besides these quick 10 seconds in this dream? How y'all feel about that? And I like how they made sure to show us Ann Lister's wedding ring on her finger right after she had that little dream. Marianne was telling her sister about how unhappy she is and how she wants to move back to Market Wheaton and take their father with her. And she told her that the household finances are too much for her and that no one listens to her. And tells her that she'll miss her, and Walker would miss her, Aunt Ann would miss her, and that if the finances are too much, that she'll help her with them. But how, girl? Because you're over here borrowing money from people. And then Marianne also lets her know that things have been broken off with Mr. Abbott for a while now. Marianne was also supposed to be at this foundation stone gathering, but she changed her mind last minute. She said, what if the crowd isn't very nice? What if they make comments and throw things? And she told her that the reason why Mr. Abbott broke things off with her is because of that whole marriage announcement in the paper. So she's thinking that at this whole ceremony thing that people are going to bring that up too. And that's why she can't go, but she does wish her good luck. And Ann Lister's father thinks that she's crazy too. He said, you're going to make a fool out of yourself. And he also told her that if Mary Ann moves, then he's going with her. We also found out that Tibbs' mom passed, and that really took a toll on Ann Lister because she was really close to the family. She had a stroke, and then a few days later, she died in her sleep, so R.I.P. to her. Also, Ann Lister took Ann Walker to this church where they had this monument of this dead 5-year-old child. Ann Lister started talking about what if she's reincarnated because this little girl died 3 weeks and 21 days before she was born. She started talking about how she's different from her other family members, and she told Ann Walker, what if this is the child that I can never give you? Ann was going through some things. She was really emotional, but y'all let me know what y'all thought about this and what she meant by this, because remember when she was talking to Lady Camden, she told her that kids are a blessing and that it's the cement of a marriage. So do Ann Lister want some kids? I don't know, but let me know what y'all thought about this season finale in the comments. I kind of wanted more. I wanted to see some Mariana drama, but Ann Walker sure did give us some, but how she was coming for Ann Lister's neck. But this was a fun season, and if you haven't already, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one.